Well, we discussed this in the tape reading lab about this level coming down, and we wanted to see this area testing on Monday, didn't we? And we thought this could produce some environment for us today. What are your thoughts on the rally that's for? We thought we'd get to this area. I mean, the break
Well,
itself.
yeah, I mean, I'm comparing, let's say, rally number one to rally number
Yes.
two. I see that rally number two on the price action has a little bit better look to me because, first of all, it takes less time. So there are 4 bars here, three
Yep.
bars here. I like the extension of them. I like how it kind of like there is a fluidity to how the price moves. Yet it moves to the logical resistance point. That's number one. Secondly, I don't like how the demand signature is starting to diminish. And then on the background, I see still TP distributional pattern. I see the downtrend. I see a redistribution to be confirmed or to fail still. And also on the way down, we've talked about the verticality to the downside, the increase of the supply, and still relatively high supply here as well, with the extension of the breakdown, through different points. So to me, the conditions probably dictate more of my analysis at this point, relative to this rally than anything else. So I don't have big expectations. Could the price come back into the trading range? Yes. If it does come back after this high supply, then I would like to see a test, some
Yep.
kind of test before it starts, maybe something like this before it starts to go up. But this is kind of like one of the scenarios. I think the predominant scenario is still of weakness, and then I would be looking for either disconfirmation of that weakness or continuation of that weakness to the downside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. There's nothing for me to really add here. The break just isn't great. But if we drill down to the 60-minute time frame, I think it displays a slightly different picture coming into today's market. That's for sure. Um, yep. If you just expand a little, please, Roman. No, sorry, zoom in. Apologies. Yep. I mean, look at this. We actually have an up thrust here that comes back down, and now we're holding here. I mean, we're look at where this occurs. Right to skewed over here. Right to the bottom. The lows of this big move to the downside. So we're encountering supply right at the lower boundaries of this move. We'd expect I label that as additional weakness, by the way, because it can't even go up into the retrace deep 50% of this before it finds selling. It finds selling right at the lower part. However, that's not to say that this couldn't be absorbing. But is this really good absorption here? I mean,
Well, I mean, let's think about the absorption. I mean, where does demand come in? There are partial demand coming in on this previous 2 days, but majority of it came here.
yes.
So we see in shortening of the thrust, we see in aggressiveness,
Yep.
first to the upside, to the downside, and we see an increase in the volume signature. So hidden demand. Then we're seeing how it wasn't enough to stop right away all of the selling, right? So we're still seeing some attempts to go down. One and this, the first and the second attempt. Lower volume signature into the actual test. So that shows you that the selling finally is done. And we could expect some kind of rally from here, where to the area of the previous selling. And this is where exactly the current structure is unfolding. So we're kind of at a very, very interesting spot right here.
Yes.
I would be thinking that, analyzing this structure right now. So we've went through multiple time frames. Now this is the time for us to analyze this structure right here and see what kind of resolution we're going to see here. Can it overcome this level, or is it going to start going down? Now, I'd say, William, that we already have some first indications of, let's say, at least stopping action at the level of the resistance.
Yep.
I'm seeing this bar right here as a minor sign of weakness because it just went down, below the support. So it shows some selling in this area, especially, during still, European session right here. So again, my setups all will be about this area right here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, from this breakdown bar, I mean, look at this selling compared to this buying. The buying is of better quality. There's no denying that. And also, what I like here is this is the breakdown into new lows. Doesn't get tested really at the lows. And look at the resolution coming out of that break. This is good. This is good strength. That's our kind of change of behavior. Look at the testing action, very high. We break above, we're testing still very high. We break above here, and we're still testing above this support. So in terms of structure here, this is all strength from this kind of change of behavior. We've encountered the lower support. The market's halted at the lower level of this overt selling over here to the left. Yet it still hasn't retraced. We're still holding tight. So I'm with you. This is kind of the key area where we're looking for price to interact with and look to the lower time frames. However, if you go down to the 3-minute time frame quickly, Roman, it does open up the charts a little more. I mean, look how obvious that kind of move is now, this little up thrust. And then we up thrust here, we come down, we hold this little trading range, we slam straight down, and now we're met with this buying, and then we get this kind of up thrusting action now. So there's definitely going to be some moves coming into the market, Roman. But what are your thoughts on this kind of?
Well, I'm looking at the two analogs right here. So the last excitement to the upside, and then how do we react to that? So we're reacting in 2 legs down. I see that the second leg down here has some extension, which is okay. I mean, we're still holding above this level right here, which is extremely important. So this level here would tell me like everything below this is bearish. And then I'm looking at the second analog right here. So I would say, William, that the move to the downside here, not only better than the move to the upside, but it's also better than this analog right here, going down here. So we are decreasing the size of the rallies and the bullish character of the rallies, and we are increasing the bearishness of the reactions.
Yep, picture perfect. So again, we're looking for short plays for crude. Okay, so we have our thesis, our game plans. I mean, if we quickly look to the 3-minute ES, look at the open.
Okay, let me just hold on a second, clean this up. And yes, let's go to 3, right? Yeah. So yeah, here's that flush that we've talked about, William, right? So to me, yeah, so it's not the second level, it's not the third level, so it kind of shows still weakness. And I think that our premise about like going into that higher time frame zone support is materializing. So here we would be looking for some kind of reversals, change of behaviors, and potentially, points of entry. I mean, alternatively, we kind of missed it here just analyzing oil, but this would be a point of entry for me after especially this bar like that. So it kind of looked really good as a setup. And I would be on the lower time frame trying to get, the first momentum out of this move, if it happens.